There was a time in my life when my husband went to Vietnam, and I was instinctively drawn to working with my hands. I wasn't involved in art at all. And instinctively, I wanted to do something with my hands. And a friend of ours, a friend of my parents, had a pottery studio and asked me if I'd like to use clay in the evening. So I began working with clay by myself in that studio, except it felt like I used to feel when I sang gospel music. Kneading is a process where you're leaning into the clay and pulling it back and working with it to mix the moisture and the hard spots. For me, it's often done on my hands and knees so that I'm really back in the body posture of a child learning to crawl. And I think it mentally and emotionally puts me back in that stage of being totally absorbed, the way a child often is, with what is right there, what is immediate. Centering is a process of putting the clay on the wheel and letting the wheel begin to turn. But if you don't take the time to center, the pot will never, you can't explore its full potential. Just like in our lives, if we don't center our lives and draw all of the pieces toward a coherent mass, then the opening out will expose thin spots and thick spots. Shaping is actually what happens to the clay between these two opposing forces. The outside hand continues the centering. That is, it continues to draw the clay inward. The wheel is continuing to throw it outward. So the shaping is a combination. It's the expression of the potential that's in that particular clay and the particular spirit of the potter.